Welcome back to CU at USC, and I am very privileged to be standing here and to be taught by Pilates master Portia Page. Thank you so much for joining us again, and you're going to teach me how to be amazing and look like Cameron Diaz, right?
Yes, of course.
That's what's going to happen
That's
in the
my
next
job
3
tonight.
minutes. Okay, so tell me, what am I doing? What is this, and what am I holding?
Well, this is just a band. That's
Okay.
all it is, elastic band.
You can get this at any, like, you know...
You can buy it at, Borders Bookstore.
Borders Bookstore.
Yeah,
Okay,
or
perfect.
you can buy them at, Sport Mart or whatever.
Any of these. And so I'm holding it sort of flattish so it doesn't cut, you said, right?
Right. When it gets real tight like this and you start to pull, it can just kind of get,
like
so you leave it nice and open.
Okay.
And then grab just a little bit closer together. Perfect.
Closer.
And then just hold on with your thumbs, and you're just going to open and close the arms like this.
Wow, that is really painful.
And then while you're doing that, what I want you to do is stand up tall. Remember what we talked about before the break?
Yes.
So pelvic floor. And then you should feel that little tightening in through here, through your transversus.
I feel it.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is going to help you with your posture because it helps you to open up the chest and to stand up tall.
Now I feel this in my back. Is that where I should be feeling this right now?
Right behind here,
yeah,
behind the scapula.
I totally feel that. So how many times a day should I be doing something like this?
You can just do it, probably once a day would be good, just to work a little bit of strength building, maybe 10 repetitions.
10? Have you done 10 yet, do you think?
Yeah, I think you've done 10.
10, done. Awesome.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so what now? What now?
All right, so now I want you to try something. You're still going to be working the upper body, but you're going to hold the band with your foot.
Oh.
So place the band flat on the floor there.
Flat?
And then take let's have you work your left arm. So put your right foot over the band, and then you'll reach down. Here, I'll help you with that.
Thank you.
And hold that in your left hand. And just stand with your feet parallel.
Okay.
Good. And from here, you can just do like a little draw the sword.
Whoa, drawing the sword.
Yeah.
Like a samurai.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Ooh, we're getting real.
Up?
Yeah, just up like that. Or you can just hold your arms straight and lift up to the side. Like either front raise or a side raise.
Like that?
Either one.
But it has to be straight.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be. I'm just making you work a little harder.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's Friday night. Come on now.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what am I supposed to be doing with this then? What am I supposed to be feeling?
Well, this is adding resistance. So it's going to be working the shoulder area.
Okay.
So the shoulders are really important for having nice buffed arms.
Yeah,
and
like Cameron Diaz.
Exactly.
Which I will have after doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can make the tension less or more.
By just grabbing closer?
Yep.
So if I grab like here, what would happen?
Oh, it's going to be a lot tighter. Or you can even put your left foot over it too.
Oh,
and
dear.
then,
Yeah?
there you go.
And just go up?
Just pull up. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so hard!
So now, do a bent arm one. So now you're going to work your biceps.
This way?
Yeah. So stand up tall. Stand up tall.
Stand up tall.
Yeah, that's right. Always standing up tall. Your parents would be so proud.
Yeah. I have to make a lot of noise to make it look impressive.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so those are some exercises, real simple standing exercises to help you work on postural awareness and just getting some, contraction in your muscles.
That's wonderful. And this literally took no room. There's no excuse to not be able to do this.
And I think you can even buy these at drugstores. Isn't there a CVS across the street?
There's a CVS right here. Yeah, everyone should come here to get their bands. TheraBand.
TheraBand. Well, that's a company that sells them. So there's one option for everybody.
Perfect. Okay, that is so wonderful. Anything about breathing you can tell me right now?
Yeah, actually breathing is really important to Pilates. It helps you to focus your mind and to energize your muscles because that's obviously the point of breathing is to bring oxygen into the body.
And I feel like sometimes when I start exercising, I stop breathing. What is that about? Not so good.
I don't know why people
Not
do
so
that.
Good, right?
It's not such a good thing. You want to do just the opposite. With Pilates, we usually breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, which is a little different than what most people might do.
I like it.
And the breathing out through the mouth is just to make it more focused and precise. So it's like you're blowing out a candle.
Oh.
Just like that.
I like it. Perfect. Here, let's take a seat.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's so exciting. We both have our bare feet now here. Okay, so tell me, for all the college students watching right now, what sort of advice can you give them to just be more focused, be more in tune with their core, all of that stuff? What are some simple things?
Starting with breathing would be a great way to do that. I know with being in school, even though it was a while ago for me, I still remember the days of studying and being completely stressed out about your tests.
Yes.
And the most recent thing for me would have been, well, still 20 years ago, but when I got my Pilates certification.
Yeah.
And studying for that test was so hard because you get so nervous about things, and if you would just stop and pay attention to what your body's doing. So in order to do that, you have to be silent and just breathe. If you can just listen to the sound of your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Like you're blowing out a candle.
Right.
Like it.
And as you're blowing out that candle, you're pulling your abdominals in tight and pulling up with your pelvic floor. So that makes you stand up straighter and taller.
Wow. Okay, Okay, cool. I like that.
And the breathing makes you more awake and alive.
Yeah.
So when you breathe correctly, it means you're bringing in enough oxygen, and you're also getting what we call the lateral breath. So if you're holding your stomach in, somewhere the air has to go, right?
Yeah.
So where's it going to go?
I don't know.
Well, maybe out through here.
Okay.
So if you breathe laterally, making your lungs kind of...
You should make... Oh, I see it. I see it. Very good.
That way you can hold your tummy flat.
Yeah.
And you can still breathe. You're taking lots of air.
Gotcha. So you want it to go here, not like out this way.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because we don't want to work our muscles out like that. Not the tummy anyway.
No. Okay. Now this was actually harder than I was expecting it to be. Like I actually felt stuff moving that doesn't usually feel stuff. I mean, tell me, is that typical? Was I supposed to feel that?
Yeah, well, you should feel it because especially in a standing position, you're using your tallest lever, which is your entire height, and now you're moving your arms. And I had you move with a straight arm, and you were holding it closer to the point of where it's being held, so it's going to make it tighter tension. Yeah, and that's going to be tough.
I feel like a lot of people look at Pilates and they're like, oh, it's a bunch of stretching, like it's a bunch of like ladies in Lululemons just stretching. You know, it's a lot more work than that, isn't it?
A lot more work than that, yeah. And if it's done correctly, you'll get a workout and you'll see results immediately.
Really?
A lot of people, though, like you said, don't feel that, because if you're a person looking in, say, at a gym, and you see a Pilates class going on, they're circling their legs and they're rolling up and they're doing some crunches, and it's like, that's a piece of cake.
Right.
Well, if you're in the room, it's usually not that way, and they're sweating it and having a rough time, because if you're doing it correctly and you're doing it precisely with the breathing and contracting the muscles that you need to, you're working hard. Right. And it's a lot more work than it looks like.
I can attest to that. It is a lot more work than it looks like. I'm sweating a little bit right now.
Oh, so, good.
Yeah, it's good. I got a mini workout for today.
All right.
I'm motivated. I want to know how you got here. How you got into Pilates to begin with, and I mean, did you really think that this would be your life?
No, and I'm just really happy that it is. I always tell people I wake up every day and I love what I do. Yeah. So I don't feel have the Monday morning blues going, oh, I don't want to go to work today. It's like, oh, yay, I get to go to work today.
Are there ever times you don't feel like doing Pilates, though? Be honest.
Well, sure. When I'm not feeling well, you don't feel like exercising. So, and it's okay to take a break.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes we need to have a break. Nice. But then I can just go back to breathing.
Got it.
Right?
So you're always doing something.
Well, or at least aware of what I'm doing, so that I'm not going to be like all slouched and
Slouching is bad.
Yes, it is.
So where are you from originally? Tell me.
Grew up in San Diego.
Okay.
Born in LA. So LA-lite, or whatever we call ourselves these days. But I consider San Diego my home, and like I said, went to junior high and high school there, and went to college at UCSD, and then stayed in San Diego and have been there pretty much since then, except for 2 years that I was in Asia.
Okay. Oh, tell me about that.
Well, that was a really fun experience. That was actually my first time into full-time fitness. I was asked by my boss at 24 Hour Fitness if I wanted to move to Asia, and I said, why not? I'm at a good point.
Indefinitely, or for 2 years, or what
was
the
proposition? It was a year contract,
Yeah.
and after 6 months, they wanted me to stay, and I would have, but just some stuff was going on at home. My mom got a little sick, and my grandmother was getting older, and
had to come back.
So it's this is home. This is definitely home.
Where were you in Asia?
I lived in Bangkok and then traveled my area, because I was a regional group exercise and manager, they called me, was Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Thailand.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So tell me, anything different that you saw in the way people think about fitness over there, or?
Well, yeah, I walked into a gym of 30,000 members.
Wow.
Like 80,000 square feet, and in the middle of this steamy city that is got all kinds of different things going on, and people were just really excited about working out. I mean, they lived at the gym, literally.
Wow.
For many reasons. I mean, obviously it was a cool place to go. It's very hot weather. It's humid, but there, people would come to the gym. There was a snack bar. There was classes all day long. There was a great dressing room.
That's great.
So it was a really interesting experience.
Yeah. And tell me, Pilates has definitely caught on. We were saying the last 10 years or so got super celebrified. Tell me, I mean, you were here before this whole movement. You're not like, a late sort of grabber onto this. You're not doing it because it's trendy. Are you sort of happy that it's becoming really popular and trendy right now?
Yes. Yeah? Well, actually, Joseph Pilates, his dream was that everybody would do Pilates.
Wow.
So I think that his dream is finally coming true, and people are starting to recognize how beneficial Pilates can be and what it can do for them, and that you don't have to go to a gym, you don't have to go to a Pilates studio. I mean, it's great if you can, and you even just for one session to get some feedback on how you're doing, but you can still do stuff at home.
And get this book and do it at home.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people who are just sort of starting out and thinking about Pilates?
Well, if they can afford it, it's great to go to a studio to get at least one-on-one. So it's just them and a trainer. They can get assessed, if you will, like on their posture and some issues that they might have and some things that they can do to help some of the moves, which are difficult. You know, some different things that they can do. I do talk about some different things that you can do in the book if you have trouble holding your head up in the, you know, when you're lying down, which is a common one. Or if their back is really tight, which is also really common. You know, some different props that you can use. Stuff that's as easy as just putting a small towel in the small of your back when you're doing, you know, sit-ups and roll-ups and that type of thing. So you just have that extra little something to press into. So really simple things like that. And to just get in there and do it. Try it.
And the one-on-one thing, is that something that someone can do with you, or
Yeah.
And where would someone find your information? Where would they go to see you?
Well, my website is my name, PortiaPage.com, and that has all my information about where I work and Facebook, Twitter, you know, all the good stuff.
Fantastic. Very good. And then just quickly tell me, if you could go back to when you were 20, around the age of the people watching, what advice would you give yourself?
Stay active.
Yeah,
don't ever stop moving. Move and live life. You know, you just don't hold back, because you'll just look back and you'll regret it. Don't ever have any regrets. Always look forward.
I like it. And super quick last question. One of my producers wanted to know, do you ever do Pilates with your dog?
Probably more yoga, because he does down dog really good.
I bet he does. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
It was great talking to you.
And Pilates is obviously easier than I thought. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. Go ahead and check out her information, and we'll see you here next week. Bye-bye.